Just before the video starts, if you guys like what you see here, whether it's your first or maybe your second or third video, then please do consider subscribing. Have a look at the graph on screen right now. As you can see, there's a lot more people watching that aren't subscribed than are subscribed, and I really would love to get to 15,000 subscribers by the new year. So with your help, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do that. Drop a sub, drop a like if you enjoy. Onto the video. Thank you very much. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So today I'm going to show the Alta a little bit of love. It's been a very long time actually since I last done a video that included the Alta in it. I'm on the, is it the MXR, is it called? The 450 equivalent in this one. Purely because I don't know the actual power values and all that good stuff in as far as real life is concerned, but I feel like the bike's been done a little bit dirty in game. Even if you run it in the overclocked mode, which is like the highest mapping you can run, they're still a little bit weak in comparison to the other bikes. So we'll give the 450 equivalent a go, just to no, okay. That's one thing I need to watch out for. There is a hell of a lot of wheel spin on these things where they're so torquey. So just nice and gentle up the hill. And there we go. So we are on Glen Helen 2015 today, which is a track made by TFC. And I don't think I've done a video on Glen Helen at all. It's not one that I see very often. I don't see it raced at all. I think there might be something wrong with the cuts, if I recall correctly. I think I asked the guys in Discord before, because I rode it before just privately by myself. And thought it was a really good track, and I was curious as to why it never gets raced on, but yeah, apparently there's some issues with the timing gates, which basically means you can kind of like cut half the track. So that is a bit of a shame. Oh, go on, land it! Yes, there we go. Right, I think I got to check up for this. Yes, I'm glad I remembered that. I always kind of land about here and just absolutely eat the dirt. But some of you will be able to see I am still using the old the rider lean, left and right, sticking with it. I'm actually feeling not like super confident, but you know when you feel like you're definitely making progress, and that's how I feel right now. At the point of recording this, the dates might be a little bit jumbled for you guys, which I apologise for. But the date of recording this, I've just finished doing a 125 race on the new Mantova track that JV released, and it was my first actual race whilst using these new controls, and I felt really good. I won, well, I topped qualifying, which is always a good start. I won Moto 1. And then Moto 2, I was having a nice battle with Reese and Rum. I got stuck in one of the billboards that are around the track, and I could have hard reset and just carried on, but I weren't really feeling it, so I just backed out and hopped into the replay camera and watched those guys riding around for the rest of the race. But all in all, it's definitely positive things. I didn't expect to be picking it up this quickly. I'm sticking in this second first-person camera. A little bit confusing, but yeah, the second of the two first-person options, and I'm getting used to it. I bumped my dead zone up to 25% by the suggestion of Rubes, who's one of the OGs in the community. I think everyone should know who Rubes is, and that just kind of stops the little movement side to side, so I'm not constantly hanging off the side of the bike as much, and it has really helped. The only thing that I'm struggling with a little bit at the moment is sometimes I get a little bit too far lent over in the corners, causing the front end to tuck a tiny bit, and sometimes I miss the beginning of the ruck because my front end moves from being in the centre of my screen to out to the side, if that makes sense as well. But all in all, really positive stuff. I actually ended up beating my fastest lap on Mantova on a 125, my faster lap than my 250 that time, by a good second and a half, which I thought was really good. And honestly, the biggest place that it makes a difference to me is in flat turns. I can really get the bike cranked over in flat turns, and whereas before I'd have to check up a hell of a lot. So it's really weird, the kind of things that you take for granted. It's one of them things where I I don't know if anyone saw on the overlay there. Go back and rewind for a second if you didn't. I was holding the clutch in the air trying to rev it, and then forgot that it's an Alta, so it doesn't really apply. So that was awkward, but I forget that I'm riding this bike sometimes. I'm usually good with the gears, but I always go to pulling the clutch every now and then in the air and forget, and I just end up doing exactly that and going off the back of the bike. But oh god, I've lost my train of thought now. What was I saying? Yeah, flat corners really quick, and it's just surprising how much I'm kind of gelling with it. I really thought, because I've got about 1,000, well, I have got 1,000 hours in the game now. I've got 1,016 at the point of recording this. It's already starting to rack up in these last few weeks. I thought that it would take me a hell of a long time to get used to it, just because of, you know, muscle memory and all that stuff. But no, it's actually been a fairly smooth transition. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be just yet, but 100% will get there in time, and practice makes perfect. And that's one thing that I can just suggest to you guys as well. I quite often get people commenting down below saying that they're new to the game, they've got maybe 10, 20, 30 hours, and they're just still really struggling. Any advice? And the only two tips I could have is, one, watch my two tips videos, because self-plug, need the money, thank you. And two is just put the time in. You'll learn what works for you, you learn what won't work for you, and it's all about, well, essentially failing. I learn from failing. Obviously, I don't try and make the same mistakes twice. Obviously, very hard to do in games like this. But if I can see a reason as to why I'm crashing, I will try and correct that, and yeah, just try and improve on it in the next lap. And one thing that I think I'm doing very well right now, which I always try and preach people as well, is try not to run before you can walk. Like at the moment, I'm really trying to take my time, learn these settings, and not try and ride over my head. Just try and be smooth and consistent, and then with time, the pace will come as well. And so I just remembered what I was saying before I got a little bit off tangent. Is I came to this game straight from MX Sim, and MX Sim doesn't have this like rider lean disjointed from the bike. Sim is all kind of forwards and back, and it all goes through the rider's legs. There is no like hips or anything, if that makes sense. There's no side to side movement. So I guess I just kind of try to replicate the movement from Sim into bikes when I first got it, to make that transition really easy and as quick as it can be. So I picked up the game quickly, and whilst it works for in the short term, obviously in long term it's definitely hindered me. And I saw someone else saying that he doesn't play bikes, but he can kind of relate it to in some of the sim games that he plays. He never used to trail brake into corners, and trail braking is a huge part of road racing, whether it's bikes or cars. And I can imagine that eliminating a whole what's the word, like a whole, not a discipline, just basically, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank right now, but if you can remove a whole feature, I suppose that might be the best word, from a game, then you're really not utilising it to the best of your abilities, and you're really limiting yourself. And one thing that I'm very interested to see is when I do get used to this, and I feel really confident, if I'm just going to go back and play a bunch of tracks that I tried hot lapping previously, and just see what I can get now. It's like, currently at the time of recording this, I hold the Forest World record. I think it's like a 101.3 or something like that, and my ideal is a 101.1. So obviously there is time to be made, but it's the case of putting in the tens to hundreds of laps to get that perfect lap. I'm very interested to see what sort of time I can gain now that I'm utilising the game to its full potential, especially on a track like Forest that has a lot of flat corners, and that is where I'm noticing the difference the most with these settings, is on the flat corners. So yeah, in the near future I'll give it a go. For the time being, I'm fairly busy at the moment, so a lot of the videos you've seen over the last couple of days, they've been ones that don't really take a whole lot of time to put together, you know, just like quick and easy ones. Still trying to do what you guys enjoy. I'm always open to suggestions. If you have any suggestions of what you would like to see, then 100% do leave them down below for me. As I say, I do read every comment. They all come through to my phone. Even when I'm meant to be working, I end up scrolling through my my YouTube app on my phone and looking at comments. So even if I don't get around to replying to you, just know that I have seen it regardless. Even if YouTube goes and blocks them by itself, I know it blocks really weird ones, even ones that don't have swear words in. If you link Discords and you link other videos and things like that for people, unfortunately YouTube does block those as well, because it's got links in it. So that isn't me. I do apologise if you're trying to be helpful to someone and linking them maybe like a tutorial video or something like that, but yeah, YouTube doesn't like that. Big Susan at YouTube HQ, she said no to that. So just try and help people, if you are helping people, which I know a lot of you do, and I see that in the comments, and I applaud you all. Thank you very much for being really nice and making this community a really nice place to be in as well. If you are helping people, I would just suggest try and do it as much as you can with your words and explain it. I don't know if it's an option I can change anywhere in my YouTube settings to allow links, but I'm a little bit sceptical to do that. Even if I was allowed to, I imagine it would probably go wrong in a hurry with some dodgy stuff going on. I get the spam links now, even a small channel like mine. You know, you get like the robots pretending to be women, you know, sexy Asian singles near you, all that good stuff. People like trying to do crypto links, and the internet's definitely an interesting place. You know, it's something that I'm getting used to. The more and more that I do this, it's one of the things that you just have to live with and just kind of block it or ignore it. All comes with the territory, I suppose. And I mean, if that's the worst I have to deal with in all of this, then so be it. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing at the moment. Really happy with the progress. Also, the day that I'm recording this has been my highest subscriber day ever since I started uploading, and I have no idea why. The day that I'm recording this, the relearning MX bikes video went live, so I'm a couple days ahead, and my highest subscriber count in one day to this point was 240 subs in one day, and it's currently at 260, and we still got a good couple hours of the day left to go. So whatever I've done right today, I hope it could happen every day. That's not how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, as much as I would like it to. However, it does really put us on track for reaching that 15k mark by the new year, which is all I want. I think 15,000 subscribers in less than a year of doing this is absolutely amazing. And of course, it's you guys to thank. You guys keep coming back, you guys keep watching and supporting and liking and commenting and all that good stuff. So yeah, just thank you ever so much. As usual, I've done a video and not really talked about what I'm doing in the video. Glen Helen is an amazing track. I guess from what you've been watching right now, it's not giving me any grief really. It's a fairly straightforward and easy track. Definitely one of those that if you're looking to move away from the super easy tracks like the Farm and the Walnut Forest, for example, definitely give this one a go. I will link it in the description. And the bike's interesting. You know, it's not slow by any means, but there is no way that if you was to try and take it into a like a pro setting, for example, you would be able to be very competitive. The other bikes are just way faster. Online lobbies, it definitely can hold its own. You know, you don't got all of the fastest people in those online lobbies, so definitely give it a shot. The sound doesn't really annoy me. Some people hate the sound of it. I don't mind it too much. I think it's not too bad. It could be a whole lot worse. And as soon as you get used to the not shifting and the not using the clutch at all, it really just feels like any other bike. And if anything, it's easier to ride because you can just sit here and press the throttle, brake and turn. But yeah, that would do it from me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, I'm going to ask if you could please just drop a like on the video to help spread it out to more people. If you aren't subbed to the channel and you've made it this far, then what are you waiting for? Just go ahead and drop a sub. Join this community. We've got some really nice, friendly, helpful people here. So if you're new to MX Bikes or just looking for help, do leave a comment. There'll be so many people willing to help you out. And whatever it is that you're up to for the rest of your day, I hope you have a lovely day. Until I catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Got bad shit all up in my mind right now. Fuck it, give me a minute and I'ma let it all out. I don't give a shit about an opinion, be another dimension when I wake up. Bitch, it's time to fill the cup. Got no fucking love, I feel so stuck on my luck.